What's up, Army? Welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for choosing to share this space with me. I hope you're doing well. And if not, I really hope there's something in this message, especially for you. And if you are doing well, that's awesome. And I hope there's something in this message for you too. I hope there's something in this message for everybody, always. That's always what I hope for. Okay. So, anyway, it's been a while. How you doing? You doing good? Cool. Um, there's a couple things that I've been called to talk about. Um, it's probably repetitive for those who watch me all the time, but the spirit has been calling me to mention it anyway. Okay? If you're observant, if you have eyes, especially if you have spirit eyes that can see what is going on beneath the surface, then you can recognize that we are in what seems to be another pandemic. And I choose the word pandemic because it has spread far and wide. The only thing is this pandemic is not of the physical kind. It's the mental. And we are living in a time where fear, paranoia, and complete lack of accountability is running rampant. It doesn't matter where you look. That's not true. It does matter where you look. If you can find the strength within yourself to stop looking at a screen and look at nature, look at your healthy relationships, look at the things that bring you joy, then you won't see this going on. But if you're watching a screen, you're bound to come across it at some point in time. And the sick and twisted part about it is that it seems the people that are living in fear and paranoia like to pick up their phones and spread it. They want to bring everybody into that fear and paranoia with them. If you have eyes, you can also see the amount of people that are projecting onto other people. It's everywhere. And I've noticed it the most in tarot land, because that's what I love. The spiritual is what I love. That's what pops up on my YouTube feed the most. And there seems to be this recent influx of people in the spiritual community that are doing more harm than good, that are not taking the responsibility of their voice seriously. I'm not perfect, but I'm trying. Not trying to be perfect, just trying to do better. And there's something else that I've noticed. If you believe in the soul, I assume you do, and you believe in soul tribes, there's a lot of people that like to talk about, oh, you're going to find your soul tribe, you're going to find your people. A soul tribe is a collective of souls that travel through space and time together to teach each other, to help each other learn and grow. And what a lot of people fail to realize is that those lessons from your soul tribe come in both light and dark forms. And just because a person has been cruel to you doesn't mean they're not part of your soul tribe. It means that they did what they agreed to do in order to help you learn and grow. There is not a single person that you come across in your life that wasn't meant to be there. Because if you were not in some way, shape, or form an energetic match to them, they would not be in your orbit. You are the magnet attracting what you need. Good and bad, positive and negative, light and dark. Imagine you are the center of your own personal solar system. And every single person that comes into your orbit are the other planets and stars and meteors and cosmic dust that are meant to be there to teach you what you need to learn. Deciding that somebody is not healthy for you and doing what you need to do to move away from them is one thing. But doing that without taking accountability, doing that without looking at yourself, without asking what the lesson is that you need to learn, you just keep drawing more and more in. And the more you sit there and not take any accountability, the more it's going to seem like everything around you is against you. I don't know if you notice, but not just in the spiritual community, but in the world in general, right? Let's start with the spiritual community. Everyone wants to claim that they are the chosen. They are of the 144,000. They are the healed one. They are the empress. They are the emperor. They are anything but the karmic. And out in the world, outside of the spiritual community, people, I'm the empath and they're the narcissist. It's the I'm the good, they're the bad. And there are a lot of people that are not opening their eyes big enough to see that it's all them. It's all you. It's all you. We are a human collective. Together we make up the ocean. And we are just drops of that ocean. And to divide yourself from the collective in such a way where you are saying, I am better. It's difficult to find the words for this right now. But those that get me, get me. I need the words for those that don't get me. I've seen a lot in this last week and a half. I was down and out. I was sick. The flu, COVID, the bubonic plague. I don't know what went around my house, but I caught it, and I was just in a vegetative state for a week. I went to work. I came home. I did absolutely nothing but watch TV or my phone. And I've done a lot of observing. My whole life, I've always just watched people. I watch people, how they move, how they talk, how they lie to other people, to themselves. How people can be so mad at somebody and say, you're doing this and that, and you're doing this, and with their own words, they're doing what they're accusing another person of doing, and they can't even see it. If something triggers you, it's meant to. If you want change, do the opposite of what you normally do. Lashing out, demonizing people, and feeding the division only exacerbates the mental pandemic of hysteria that so many people are in right now. I'm going to give you a small example of what I'm trying to convey right now. At work, I have this lady. When we're leaving one of the schools that I do, she's always in a rush to get out of the bus loop. She wants everybody to just go. And there's an order of things, okay? These buses go first and then we go. But she's having a really hard time grasping that. And every time it's time to leave the school, she's been doing this since the first day of school. Every time it's time to leave the school, you guys can go. She gets on the radio. You guys can go. Guys, you can go. Why aren't you moving? Guys, you can go. And it drives me crazy. And there have been 2 times that I have been so triggered that I need to say something to her, and I get on the radio. We know when to go. Thanks. Like, because she really, she doesn't like that, right? So how have I decided to handle the situation? Every time I'm in the bus loop, and I know it's getting to that point where she's going to jump on the radio and start telling everybody what to do, I turn the radio all the way down so I can't even hear it. And she sits in her bus and she gets pissed off all by herself. And I don't even know about it. That's a her problem. That's not a me problem. I know when I'm supposed to move. I know when I'm supposed to go. And I'm not going until it's my turn to go. And to protect my peace, I turn the fucking radio all the way down so I can't even hear her. You can either be part of the problem or part of the solution. You can either perpetuate the fear and paranoia and hysteria and anxiety going on in the world, or you can find a way to find peace within yourself and spread that instead. I guess that's a general point. I guess. I don't know. it's this whole thing I feel like has kind of zigzagged all over the place. Love over hate, faith over fear. Every single person, even that annoying lady that needs to be getting on the radio all the time, telling everybody what to do because for some reason she's in a rush to go nowhere because we pull out of the bus loop and we all end up sitting at a freaking red light anyway. Even she's a lesson. Because let me tell you something. Last year, the year before, I did the same school. And I was anxious to get out of the bus loop. I didn't get on the radio and start yelling at people, but I did get annoyed. And in a sense, she's showing me myself from previous years. And she's showing me how I've grown. And she's giving me a new level of she's giving me an exercise in patience. Part of it is kind of to irritate her. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not. If I could sit in the bus loop for 20 minutes and watch her tweak out behind me, I'd get a little. I'd get a little enjoyment out of that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not. I'm not gonna lie. But I digress. That's not the point. That's not the point. Okay, listen. Everyone that is in your orbit is part of your soul tribe and is there to teach you something. Remember that. Next time you want to demonize somebody, next time you want to, I don't know, wish bad on somebody. I watched somebody, excuse me, the other day that in one breath said that she would never wish harm on anybody, that she's not a hateful, malicious person at all. And then she said, but if you're wishing harm on me, I wish all the evil things to happen to you, and I hope you burn in hell, and I hope God rains down judgment on your head and destroys you and your life and the life of your children and the... So, do you not wish ill will on people, or do you? Like, it can be both. I've been through some fucked up shit in my life. And I wouldn't wish it on anybody. Not even the people who've done it to me. I just... Sometimes I just wish that there was a way that they could just, at the very least, be stopped. That somehow it could be that they could never do it to anybody else again. That's it. People deserve justice. But it's not up to me to decide how karma plays out, and it's not up to me to decide what happens in anybody's life but my own. I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm rambling, and I feel like it's just so important right now because I just see this everywhere. People, like so many people, are on edge. And taking it out on everybody else. The fear pandemic. The the pandemic. the fear the fear no, I'm not even gonna try and turn that into a word. All right, listen, I'm just gonna shut up. Okay. I wrote something down here the other day. Toxicity in others you attract is a reflection of your own projected wounding. The reflection only changes when you heal. Toxicity in others you attract is a reflection of your own projected wounding. The toxicity in others that you attract is a projection of your own, is a reflection of your own projected wounding. And we don't get to decide how that gets reflected back to us. Our job is to interpret the reflection, to say, what does that mean? Someone can treat us a certain way and we could say, oh my God, I would never do that. How could that possibly be a projection of my own? I would never do that to anybody. It's not that simple. It's about how what somebody did made you feel. If how what somebody did made you feel rejected, abandoned, alone, that's yours. That abandonment issue is yours. The fact that you were able to feel abandoned by somebody, that's a wound. Somebody's rejection of you sparks all kinds of shit in you. The intensity of your reaction is a reflection of the size of the wound. Does that make sense? If your reaction to something seemingly small, or your reaction to supposed disrespect is this huge inflammatory reaction, let's say you get blackout angry on a person because you feel disrespected, or you feel rejected, or you feel abandoned, or you, whatever it is, some people aren't even aware of the feeling that is triggering them. So some of you need to start with, well, how did that make me feel? If you can take a far enough step back before you react, some people are just so impulsive. There's no thinking going on whatsoever. Somebody says something, they react, it's inflammatory, it's huge, and it's never their fault. This is what I'm talking about. That lack of accountability. We have to take accountability for our actions as well as our reactions. Nobody's perfect. but everything starts with awareness. And there's a huge lack of self-awareness. And we can sit and we can observe everything that's wrong in the world, and we can say, oh my God, it's disgusting. This world is fucked. Everybody's this, everybody's that, everybody's this, everybody's that. And when we do that, we get sucked into the void that's eating everybody else alive. I've said this so many times. It all starts with you. And nothing changes if nothing changes. We cannot change other people. We can only change ourselves. And we can look at other people and say, what do I need to do to never be that? What do I need to do to not live in that mindset? What do I need to do to be less fearful? What do I need to do to be less paranoid? Owning what you can control is something that is severely underrated. And literally the one thing that will bring about change, one person at a time. It's so easy to get swept up in the herd. Spirit is showing me something because, like I said, we're magnets. We attract what we need. We attract what we desire. We attract what we feed. So you have this, Spirit is showing it to me like, you ever see those, they call them bait balls, um, in the ocean where there's all the fish that are all swimming in one big ball, and the shark are coming in and picking at it, and the birds are coming down and picking at it, and they're doing this and they're doing that. The Spirit is showing me something to that, um, like something similar to that, but nothing's coming in and picking at it. And let's say this is all the people in a ball, just swarming, all the people in fear, in paranoia, in not in peace, not in love. They're all just swirling together. And then you have the people that decide to move away from that, to think for themselves, to trust their intuition, to trust their own perspective, to, you get what I'm saying, to turn the radio down and listen to their own inner voice instead, to decide to feed themselves what is healthy. We've spoken about that before, right? What you watch, you're feeding yourself. You have to be mentally health conscious to what you are feeding yourself. What are you allowing other people to speak over your lives? Whether it's in tarot land or anywhere else, words or spells. What are you allowing people to speak over your lives? What are you allowing people to speak into your lives? What are you agreeing to? So you got the herd of fear and paranoia and despair. And you have the people who choose to vibrate outside of that, who choose love over hate, who choose faith over fear, who are aware of their own divinity, who are aware that fear is an illusion, who are aware that we are being rage baited into clickbait oblivion as far as media, screens, and electronics are concerned. So they choose to see things differently, to behave differently, to lead by example. And the way Spirit is showing me is you have this ball of humanity wrapped in fear and despair. And then you have those that are pulling out of it. And you can't see the people that match you if you're in here. If your head is buried in the mud and the shit show of fear and paranoia, it will never look like there's anyone like you, as long as you keep looking in the direction of where you don't belong. When you move out of that, when you decide that is not what I want, even if it means I have to be alone and be one floating little star of cosmic dust outside of humanity, even if that's what it means, when you choose better for yourself, it's outside of this that you will be able to see the other stars that are like you. When you vibrate, when you're a vibrational match to what you want as opposed to what you don't want. We've spoken about this a million times too, right? Oh, I hate that. I can't stand that. It's disgusting. It's horrible. It's awful. I can't stand that. I can't stand, but you keep looking at it. Keep watching it. Keep making yourself sick about it. Oh my God, that's so disgusting. Give me more. Don't look at it. Don't watch it. Don't listen to it. But so many people have FOMO. Well, if I don't look at the drama, then I won't know what's happening. And you get to live your life in peace. People think that peace is just this unattainable thing. Well, it's an unattainable thing when all you're looking at is things that don't bring you peace. When you're constantly terrorizing yourself, mentally, physically, emotionally, visually, terrorizing yourself. And then you wonder why you don't have peace. The answer is very simple. You don't have to move houses. You don't have to change jobs. You don't have to do anything other than change your vibration. Change the station you're tuning into. Change what you look at, what you focus on, what you pay attention to. Turn the volume down on what you don't want. You deserve to be happy. And every time you put conditions on your joy, conditions on your peace, I'll be happy when I'll feel better when, then you're always putting it in the future. Finding a way to find peace and joy in where you are now by not enhancing the things you hate, but choosing to enhance what you enjoy. Make a gratitude list. What are you grateful for? And start there. My stomach is like going crazy. And start there. And if you can't find anything to be grateful for, be grateful for the air in your lungs. Be grateful for running water if you got running water. Shoes on your feet. The fact that you have electricity and a phone or a TV or whatever it is you're watching me on. Because there are plenty of people that don't even have that. If you hate your job, instead of hating your job, be grateful that you have a job and a steady paycheck. There's a flip side to everything. And the question remains, do you choose to be part of the problem or part of the solution? And I'm going to leave it at that. I was going to do a sand reading, and it didn't even happen. It just talked your ears off. So, if you're still with me, you know you're a fucking real one. And I hope you got something out of this. I really do. If this was just me talking about a bunch of stuff you already know in your heart, then use this as confirmation that you're doing the right thing and to keep going. Because all the little stars, that was the rest of what Spirit was showing me. Everybody who separates themselves and chooses a different vibration, they then become a match. It's like that. You ever see that ad for that game? I don't know what that game is called, but it's like you have a group of people, right? And you're like going through like I don't even know. It's just the ad. You know what I'm talking about. If you play any games, you know what I'm talking about, or anything for that matter. And it's like all the people, and then it's like times 10, times 2, and you go to the times 10, and then it takes over, and you're able to battle that other, what is it? Clash of some, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. This is what Spirit is showing me. This is what Spirit is showing me. Because then all the little stars outside of the fear collective, let's call it that, all the little stars that remove themselves from the fear collective, they then attract each other. They then become a magnet to each other. And they turn into this. Compared to this. And when your head is in this, it looks like everybody in the world is thinking like this. Everybody in the world is full of fear and paranoia and anxiety. It's everybody. It's everywhere. Yeah, because you got your head in the shit show, in the fucking clown circus. You got your head in the fear collective. But when you pull your head out of your own ass and out of everybody else's ass and stop trying to control everybody else and take control of yourself, your life, and your vibration, then you can see other people, and then you're a magnet to each other, and then you realize that this is actually the majority or will become the majority. But you got to make that choice. Everybody has that choice. Love over hate. Faith over fear. Everybody has that choice. And this can never become the dominant energy as long as the ones that are meant to dominate the energy continue to stick their heads in the fear projection, the fear collective. This collective is so wrapped up in fear. It's this tight little, like the knots in your stomach. That's what this is. But it's big and it's expansive. But these people, they don't know they can be big and expansive because they're always looking down a screen that's controlling the narrative of their lives. If this is where you want to be, then this is what you need to choose all day, every day, in all your actions, in everything that you do. And you're not going to be perfect at it, and you're going to fuck up, and you're going to choose fear sometimes, and you're going to choose paranoia sometimes. But what is the overall frequency of your life? What do you consistently choose? Your life will be a product of what you consistently choose. The universe will respond to what you choose consistently. We are given these choices all the time. What do you want to eat? I don't know. Whatever you want to eat. Now you're giving your power away to somebody else. Where do you want to go? I don't know. Wherever you want to go. I don't care. I don't. Just letting other people control your life. Even in those small ass decisions. Be confident in what the fuck you want and stand on that shit if you want the world around you to respond to it. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to I am going to leave it at that. For real. For real. I don't even know. I wasn't even expecting to just sit here and talk this whole time. I wasn't. I was going to do a reading, and it turned into a channeling. So it is what it is. If you're still with me, again, you already know you're a fucking real one. And I hope you got something out of this message. I really do. I'll catch you guys on the next one. You're beautiful. I love you.